Joining us this morning, we've got Jeremy and Deanna Wakefield.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good or great?
Great.
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 Good to see you guys this morning.
You too.
There's a really cool thing happening just outside of Conneaut Lake, or right around Conneaut Lake.
Yeah.
It's called
Evil Acres.
Evil Acres.
Evil
Yeah.
Acres.
Ooh. How long has this been going on?
A number of years. So 6 or 7 years ago, it started as something totally different owner. So Tavern 618 is on Route 618. Conneaut Lake goes around the lake there. The owners prior to the owner now started a little place. Had Terry Warner, who was a friend of theirs, and had him helping them out get something started. And then some things happened. Ownership changed, and COVID happened.
Oh.
So they just shut down for a year. And then during the COVID time, it was like, hey, there's not a whole lot we can do, but we're outside. So let's start this back up. And the new owner, Nick Peterson, he said he got in contact with Terry because Terry had obviously been hounding him since he bought the place, wanting to do a haunt again. But anyways, they got together and started it. So about 4 years now. The name has changed a couple times, but it's now Evil Acres for 2 years.
Nice.
And it's an outside haunted trail behind Tavern 618.
Very nice. Okay, so what can folks expect to find on the trail? How does it work? Where do you park? How do you take part?
When you get there, you park where there's a spot. There's a parking lot. There's a parking lot for the restaurant. There's a little field. It's kind of find a spot to park, get out. There is a ticket booth. And you walk up to the ticket booth. It's clearly marked ticket. Now tickets is spelled out in bones.
Oh, okay.
Don't be scared. It's not real bones.
Oh, okay.
That I know of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the ticket booth is a little tiny haunted house, but you go up there and you get your ticket, and then you get in line. There's some characters that may be outside, some in costume and some with their normal daily costumes on. Kevin Lewis, Brian Bennett sit at the table to let you through the door there, and they'll entertain you while you wait. And then it's just a trail out in the woods.
That's scary in itself.
It is scary.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Dark, some candle lit stuff, some things that you can see on the screen there. Clowns in the woods, evil stuff, ghosts, goblins, hobgoblins, whatever you would expect to see at a haunted house, you'll see creatures in the woods.
Oh, that's really cool. So people just start walking. Is it a path they start to follow? And
yeah, there is a path, clearly marked by caution tape. That kind of gets us around because part of the trail, honestly, is real close to the swamp area there, so we have to make sure people are safe.
right.
But yeah, stay on the path. There's some spots where there's little vignettes, I guess you could say. Obviously scary vignettes, horror themed. I won't get into extreme details of what everything you'll see out there. But yeah, it's a self-guided tour, if you will, but you walk through the path and run into some of our friends out there or foes.
Yeah. So there's just various stops along the trail, and you get to experience.
Sometimes they're stops. Sometimes they're run-throughs.
Okay. So pretty scary stuff.
There's some scary stuff, but one thing I think that's cool about this trail is we're not your big, giant haunted house attraction. We're family-oriented is not the right word,
Okay.
but the actors are kind of a family. So we understand the family concept. So if
Wasn't it a family in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That was a family.
That
wasn't a family you'd want to go and visit on Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe after Thanksgiving.
Maybe after.
Yeah, once they clean up a little
So
bit.
what ages would you say this would be appropriate for?
Honestly, anyone. We had a family of 4 come through last week, and the little guys were little guys.
And they were scared, but Terry does a good job of telling us over the speaker to let us know if we need to be a little, what would you say?
Gentle?
Gentle. So, not to do a big scare when they're coming through.
And again, one of the things I like about it is we have that ability to, if we have a family of 4 and they want their kids to experience a haunted house but not really get terrified, we can tone it down a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so-
you can play to the audience. Then.
We can play to the audience. There's communication. There's a loudspeaker that goes over the entire woods there, and they'll say, something like 4 new victims coming through, something like that to give us a heads up and kind of play to the audience. Some guests get the quote unquote VIP treatment, depending on who they are, if they're a friend of an actor or if they're from another haunt. We have people from other haunts come through. So, yeah, it is cool. It's really cool. It's a fun experience. Some of the actors, in fact, we have one of our cohorts. Is that it? Cohorts in crime. One of our fellow actors, one of our evil guys, with us on the Zoom. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, okay.
You want to bring him in?
Sure. Yeah. Let's bring him in. So we have Timba Chamberlain. Morning, Timba.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. A little early in the morning for me.
Morning's early for everybody.
Yeah.
So Timba, he's been doing this for how many years?
5 years.
Okay, so he's been doing this for 5 years. We met Timba 3 years ago.
Yep.
Timba does a nice job. I mean, he's awesome, and I can let him if he chooses to speak to what he does out there. But we can always leave some mystique out there as well. But Timba's been doing it for 5 years, but I'm sure he's been that kind of guy for a while, right?
Yeah. They won't let me change my character.
Right. And one of the coolest areas out there is Timba's area. I've always enjoyed his little area that he takes over. And as the actors, and Timba can probably touch on this a little bit too, but as the actors, they kind of say, hey, here's your area, kind of create it and do what you want with it. And then Terry will come through and kind of approve or disapprove. Is this safe? Is this not safe? What can we do here? Something different, which is cool. But Timba, you want to talk about what it takes to set this up?
Yeah, they just give us creative freedom out there. I mean, you want us to really get in the element, and there are areas so we can play our characters properly. So, I mean, that helps a lot. We can just go in there and build and do what we want to do in our own areas, and it's pretty effective.
Timba, when do you start the process of preparing for the season? I mean, do you make changes year to year, little changes, or what's sort of the process like before you come into the season?
It starts about a month beforehand. We tell the actors to, try to pick their spot out that they want to haunt that year, and we build what we need to build during that month and all the way up to the day we start, and it works out pretty good.
It's got to be fun for you to, as Jeremy was saying, like sort of the different audiences that come through to kind of change it up. So not just every night's different, but it seems like every group that comes through is a little different.
Yeah, it's different depending on the group that comes through. It really is. Like if we have toddlers and stuff coming through with their parents and all that stuff, we can change it. We're pretty good actors. We have a lot of veteran actors out there too, so they can change it up on a dime if they need to.
Now, are they doing Ghost Lake out there this year?
There is, but that's down the road.
Yeah,
that's at the old park. Yeah.
But this was one of those things. This makes this whole area. I mean, you can make a whole evening out of this and just have a lot of fun.
Definitely, and there's always those other haunts out there. You have the church group or the youth group, something putting on, or the different clubs put on events and stuff and haunts around the area. There's always an opportunity. But you could spend easily a full night out there waiting in line to go through a haunt. And then go through a second one, that night. And a lot of people that enjoy that kind of thing, they do that. I mean, they look for areas where they can do a couple events, which is awesome. But the reason I said that is a lot of people will confuse us with them, which is one of the reasons we changed the names, because it was 13 acres and then Ghost Lake was 13 levels of fear. So there was confusion there. Oh, I thought this was this. And then they would go to the other one and said, no, I thought this was this one. So, that's why we changed the name up to make it a little different. And again, some similarities in a haunt, but totally different because it's an outdoor trail versus
Right.
going through houses and things like that. So yeah. I mean, there's definitely things to do out there.
Well, so going back, working with the other actors and seeing how everybody sort of takes their area and does something creative with it each year, is that something that you enjoy kind of just experiencing yourself as a performer?
Oh, definitely.
It's really awesome. The creativity and everything that comes out of the actors and all that stuff. It's really awesome.
What's your favorite part of this whole process? Is it the creation? Is it the performance? Is it the people part of it? All of it?
For me, it's probably the teaching because we get a lot of new actors during the year. So I like teaching them and, put the boundaries out there so they know where not to stop or, how to stop and all that stuff. The creativity, yeah, that's definitely up there. I really enjoy that too.
Now, Jeremy, were you saying that he can only be one character every year?
I don't think he can do anything different.
It wouldn't be right.
He could do whatever he wants. I'm sure he'd be good at it. But that character, I'm telling you, yeah, it's awesome. He walked through in partial costume the other night, and I says, I don't know what you're wearing, but that's awesome. I want to wear that to work someday. He goes, you couldn't pull it off.
No,
Okay.
it's true.
So, when does this happen? Is it weekends?
Fridays and Saturdays. Get in line at 7. People start walking through 7:30-ish. It depends on how things are set up, things are going. But 7 to midnight, we're there. We start probably 11:30-ish, kind of feeling out, is the crowd ready? How many more people can we give tickets to? Because we don't want to have everybody out there super, super late.
Right.
Not that midnight's not late. But yeah, so Fridays and Saturdays all the way through the end of October.
Wow, that's...
If you want to get there early, I mean, they have great food at the tavern too.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, will they stay open late or serve food late then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They usually also have entertainment through the weekend too. So like
Karaoke.
a lot of people come out after they've been in
band.
the tavern for a while too.
Oh, okay.
So
And that's kind of like a toddler, only you don't have to be careful.
you can scare them.
They usually end up scaring themselves.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's great. All right. Now, you have 2 tickets you want to give away.
We do.
They're right there.
Yes.
So, all right. We haven't quite worked this out, but we're going to just go.
We're gonna
with
figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. Jeremy has a trivia question.
Yes. Let me see if I can find it again so I can read it correctly. Because
While he finds
screw it
that, Timber, real quick, again, weekends through October here. It sounds like the time is available for anybody to come out and just have a good time. Large groups, do they need to call ahead or just show up?
Either or, really. I mean, we've had buses, stop by and just no call or anything.
Okay.
We have like groups of 15, 30 people come through.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and,
We try
and
to
again,
break
it's
them up as best as we can, but to split them up so they get that full effect of the haunt. But
yeah, and again, it's important too that you bring a friend with you. We do have some solos that go through, and they sometimes
some
they
of
run
them
really
make it all the way
fast.
through, though.
But bring a friend, bring someone to hold hands with while you skip through the forest.
There you go. Are there some emergency exits? You can head down this path?
If
or-
need be, need be.
Yeah.
That sounds great. All right. Did you get the question?
I think so. We're gonna wing it here.
Okay.
How
So
are they gonna tell?
trivia question, and how are they going to respond to it? You got that? I'll give you
Yeah,
the
you
question.
give the question.
I'll do the question. So, what Halloween tradition was believed to have gotten its start during the Halloween ban during World War II? And I'll give you multiple choice.
Okay. Read the question one more time.
What Halloween tradition was believed to have got its start during the Halloween ban during World War II? And there actually was a Halloween ban, World War II, which was interesting history in and of itself. But yeah, so multiple choice. If you didn't figure out what it is already, multiple choice. Bobbing for apples, razor blades in candy, toilet paper pranking houses, like toilet TPing houses, or Halloween parties.
Ooh. All right, so multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Okay, so question and the
Again,
yeah.
what Halloween
choices.
tradition was believed to have got its start during the Halloween ban during World War II? Bobbing for apples, razor blades in candy, TPing houses, or Halloween parties?
Okay, so we're going to take the first correct answer by email, themorningdrill@gmail.com. Themorningdrill@gmail.com for 2 tickets to Evil Acres.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Now let's do this real quick. You're watching
Cool.
The Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Got Jeremy, Deanna, Timba with us here this morning. Talk about Evil Acres. We'll let you go here, but real quick, what would you have to say to folks who might be thinking about coming but haven't been out yet?
Oh man, you're in for a treat if it's your first time coming out. It's pretty thrilling. Yeah, just come out, have some fun. Expect to have fun. I mean, it's a really good group I'm working with.
And how long does it take to get through the whole thing?
It depends on how scared you are, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say at an even pace, we were here in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
we were here
about
45
half
minutes
hour,
and then
45 minutes.
So do you get people that go through and have such a great time that they pay to come back through again?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they'll bring someone. Oh, you got to check this out. It was kind of
Oh,
fun.
that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there.
Heck yeah. Can't wait to see you guys out there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us here this morning.
Thanks,
you.
Timba.
See you, Dumba.
All right.
Yep.
See ya.
See you guys.
Timba joining us here, one of the performers out there. So, Jeremy, how many folks will you see out there in terms of actors and performers?
Depending on the night, because it's a lot of people. You know, we're just regular people working jobs, doing that kind of stuff. So some people can make it every night, some people can't. So as far as actors are concerned, we have as many as 30.
Yeah.
And you know, as few as 20. I mean, it just depends. Depends on the night. Every night's a little bit of a difference. You know, we get out there. You know, who's going to be at this scare? Who's going to be? And that's Terry Warner's job, is to make sure we have as many people in the areas that we can to go through and provide the entertainment throughout the haunt. But again, if parts of it are just walking through the dark woods, it's scary.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, and the noise is off in the distance and stuff like that. So it's just a different experience.
And the extra things that might come out of the woods that we might not expect.
Yeah, extra things. Deers run through the woods. Deer run through the woods every once in a while.
Deers.
Deers.
Wow.
Deers.
The deers. More than one deers. Run
meat-
through the woods, and
Great.
that always scares me. Cause
Yeah,
it is,
you ever see any moose or meeses?
we see lots of meese.
Meese.
Lots of meese in northwestern PA.
That's great.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a great time. So, again, kind of recap everything: the days, the hours, the location. That's the big thing, right? How
Certainly.
do people find
Certainly.
you? What's the easiest way to get there?
The easiest way to get there is, if you know where Conneaut Lake Park is, head that way on 618. And it's not the one at the old Conneaut Lake Park. It's at Tavern 618, and it's behind you. You can park in the parking lot or off to the field. Tavern 618 on Route 618, Conneaut Lake. That's the easiest way. And
Okay.
again, depending on which way you come around the lake, if you get on 618, you'll find it. There's a sign out front that's lit that says Evil Acres. 7 to midnight every Friday and Saturday.
Every Friday and Saturday.
Every Friday and Saturday through the end of October.
Rain,
Yep.
snow. I mean,
Yeah. There's some rain in the forecast tonight and tomorrow,
But it's in the
And-
woods, and it's not as
and
wet
it
as it
doesn't
is.
come down as hard. And some of the where some of the actors are, we have some coverage and stuff for the actors to stay warm and dry. Maybe not warm, dry.
Right.
And then there's some actors that just choose to be an element of the forest, and they're just out there, and they're a wet goblin.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's cool because every spot is different, right? So, It could be just completely out in the element, right? Or it could be in an old storage container or something. I mean,
Right.
I don't want to give too much away, but
Right.
it's very unique. I mean, when you're walking through, it
Yeah.
really changes
Yeah, you come around the corner and you're like, oh, and it's either an apprehension or an excitement of what is that all the way at the end of that trail that I'm heading to right now.
All right. 2 tickets given away to Evil Acres. Again, the trivia. Do you still have the trivia question?
I can get
Yeah. Trivia question office. And here's how you do it. You have to email us, and the first correct answer will get the 2 tickets. themorningdrill@gmail.com. themorningdrill@gmail.com. The question.
The question is, what Halloween tradition was believed to have got its start during the Halloween ban during World War II? Was it A, bobbing for apples, B, razor blades in candy? That's not really a good tradition. That's more of a macabre tradition.
I didn't text that to you to put that in. I was just joking with you.
But it's true.
Oh.
Oh, razor blades in candy, TPing toilet paper, TPing houses, toilet papering houses, also a prank, and Halloween parties, also a prank. They're all pranks.
All right. Guys, good luck. Thanks.
Thanks.